Why the fuck going the wrong way down the freeway?
That's the right. I'm doing it back. Sorry, sir.
And he decides to do a U-turn, and he cuts in front of a family or some people that were in a minivan, traps the minivan underneath his 18-wheeler, and kills all three of the people.
This guy's truck just rolled into the middle of the into Route 90. It literally just rolled onto Route 90. It went behind that fucking sign and rolled straight through. Look at this. Buddy, is that your truck? No? Oh, it's his truck. Look at him. Look at him. Holy fuck, you could have killed someone.
You have got to be fucking kidding me. I mean, what the f are... Dude, what? What are you doing?
I'm going that way. But he's right here. But it's not working. Then I'm doing U-turn. I'll go the other side.
Let me ask you a question, man.
Okay.
You are going the wrong way down the freeway. You are committing a felony right now.
Okay. What I'm doing, sir?
Well, one, why the fuck going the wrong way down the freeway?
Some pretty crazy stuff out there, guys. Pretty crazy stuff. You know, we drive alongside these kind of drivers every single day. So with that being said, welcome back to another one of my videos on my channel. Guys, we just hit 35 subscribers, and it may not mean a lot to some of you out there. It may not be anything too crazy, but to me, I don't know why. I just want to say thank you guys. It means something to me. I didn't even think about, you know, having 35 subscribers on this channel at any point in my, you know, YouTube making career, if you want to call it that. I simply made this channel to kind of start vlogging and making videos about my day-to-day life as a driver, right? But speaking of that, guys, just want to say thank you, and I want to continue to bring you guys some great content. All right, moving on. So some backstory here, guys. I recently spoke to some of my buddies down at the job site, the X job, because I'm laid off. One of my good buddies who, you know, I've been friends with, I want to say ever since I started working there almost 3 years ago, who always looks out for me. I hit him up just to check up on him and see how he's doing. And pretty much I ask him how it's going down there at work. And, you know, he's no sugarcoating on it. Straight up just tells me, you know what, man, it ain't looking good. It's not looking good at all. So what does this mean? Well, we're in October. Our job, which is to deliver, you know, packages, freight, we are literally in busy season. Busy season for us is right now, October. You have people holiday shopping for, you know, October, and then you have your Black Friday shoppers who, you know, start in early November, and then you have your seasonal Christmas shopping that gets done online. Obviously in December, we're about 2.5 months away from Christmas. So, and then you have the New Year's. By now, if they were really busy, I probably would have been called back, he said. But from what he sees, from what he is seeing at work, in his day-to-day, while he's still there, he's telling me it ain't no good. So what does this mean for me, guys? Well, I think it means that, like I said in some prior videos, it might just be time to move on. And I'm gonna miss this job. If nothing else, if I don't hear back from them, I'm definitely gonna miss this job, right? But I just have to say, like, he was straight up about it. He didn't lie to me. So with that being said, guys, I did some of my own research. I did some some of my own, you know, what do they call it? My own, anyway, it doesn't matter. Due diligence, that's the word. I did some of my own due diligence, and I discovered that there's actually a big shortage, guys, for CDL drivers out there in the nation. Now, for those of you curious, you know, in 2023, because this is recent, right? About almost 3 years ago now, 2026 is coming. 2023, excuse me, we had 3.5 million truck drivers employed. And that's actually, it seems like a lot, right? But really, if you look it up and you go do some, you know, your own due diligence, you'll find out that the demand for truckers was actually, and still is currently as of today, 2025, about 60,000 drivers short. Crazy, right? And so me coming from trucking background, warehouse background, what do you call it? Like LTL, all that good stuff, right? I can tell you from personal experience that finding good drivers is hard. Finding reliable drivers is hard. And I'm assuming, well, this is an assumption, I'm assuming that that's the reason why you have so many of these, you know, nonchalant drivers out there who just pay to get their license, and they don't really understand the rules of the road. You know, they don't really comprehend, you know, how to be a safe driver. All they do is they know they get paid to make it from point A to point B, back to point A to go home, right? Anyways, so personal problems, from personal experience that I see in this industry is that the lifestyle for a driver is not exactly the healthiest or the most fun, entertaining lifestyle out there. What do I mean by that? You're sitting, you're constantly in a trailer, a tractor, a cabin. You're always on the road, always on the move. Now, that's really hard on people with families, and as you could imagine, it's really hard on your health because you have no option but to always be on the road. You can't sit at home and make yourself home cooked meals. You can't, you know, I mean, you could meal prep, I'm sure, but you got to manage your time really well. So did you know, guys, I just found this out not too long ago, the average age of drivers with a CDL on the road right now is actually 46 years old. Now that's pretty far down in the age category, and it's actually a lot closer to retirement age than it is to the legal driving age of 18. But you know, for a lot of CDL holders out there, it's 21, right? You can get a CDL at 18. I did the research. In certain states, you can get it. Only thing is, you're not allowed to drive across states until you're 21. So you can do some CDL type of work at 18 as long as, you know, you don't cross state lines. So anyways, guys, that's one of the major issues. It is the attraction level to these jobs, this industry, is very, very low. You know, you don't want to do a job like this. It seems very, you know, non-intriguing, and I understand. You know, we all kind of imagine what drivers look like in like the movies. You know, they're sitting down in the trailer for, you know, 8-10 hours a day on the road, maybe longer. You know, they're overweight, like in the movies, right? Yeah, well, I know a few drivers. You know, they all come in all sizes, all kinds of backgrounds. But I can tell you this, if you make time for things, you can still do things like go to the gym, eat right, meal prep, things that like people would usually do if they had a 9-to-5, right? And they decided to follow a healthy lifestyle. Anyways, guys, so that's the one major issue. And the other thing is the younger generations just don't want to drive. It's just not, you know, it's not something that is for these generations. What I see out here is these younger folks, these younger guys, younger than me. I'm a millennial, but these Gen Zers, they're more of the office type, the vlogging, the YouTube, the, you know, anything but like the manual work. And I feel like these trade skills are going down. What do you call it? The market is slowly being reduced, and you're not finding as many tradesmen anymore like you used to. You know, but I myself, I ain't one of those skilled, you know, computer folks, or, you know, I don't have any degrees or anything crazy like that, which if you do, I'm not knocking you or anything. I'm just saying I'm more of the type of guy that just wants to get to work. So why am I telling you all this? Because I think I'm gonna start going in the direction of getting my CDL. So with that being said, guys, I've been looking at a couple of schools, and it's a little pricey, especially if you're starting from nothing and you want to go into this whole new career field. You know, the two schools that I've inquired about so far, one of them was about $5,200, not including, you know, the DOL, DOT, you know, physical testing, and, you know, the testing fees and anything like that. This is strictly for the school and the training, right? $5,200 for one, and then it's about $380 to $400 on outside fees, you know, that goes to like the licensing agency and all that. And then the other one I looked at started at $5,800, $5,820, almost $5,900, I believe, which, you know, it's a pretty penny, especially if, you know, you don't have any savings, you don't have any money coming in like that. But I do want to say the return on investment on this type of job or career could be pretty good. Now, why do I say that? Well, in a few seconds here, I'm going to put up on my screen just a few of the jobs that I found in my local market. Now, these are jobs that I found just within like 20-30 miles of where I live. And some of them you're home every night, some of them you're over the road. Just depends on what you want to do. And the more endorsements you have, like passenger endorsements, hazmat endorsements, you know, you have more opportunities to find even better paying jobs. Like, I saw one that was for oil tankers, which is like petroleum, oil, whatever gas you want to call it. And that one started off, I think like the smallest paying one that I saw was like $41 an hour for like an oil tanker driver. Now, those do come with a lot of risk. Obviously, you know, you're hauling some really gnarly stuff, right? But, you know, you do the risk, you get paid the high reward, right? Anyways, guys, so I think I should say, I am heading in that direction where I want to move on into a new chapter of my life. For those of you guys out there who are looking at getting a CDL, you don't know where to begin, you don't know how to obtain one, real quick, I can tell you there's at least two ways that I know of that you can get a CDL pretty easily. The first one's always going to be the best one to go through, and that's going to be through a work program / you know, job training program. So go look for a freight carrier, some kind of job or trucking agency that needs drivers. Sometimes, you know, they can pay for your training, and then you have to end up signing like a 1 year, 2 year, maybe 6 month deal where you drive for them an X amount of months or years before you have to pay back the license, right? Before you have to pay back for the training, because this training can range from 5 to 10K. The other thing you could do, which is the route that I believe I'm gonna have to go through because I haven't been able to find anything as of today, is pay for the straight up school, where you just pay to have the trainers show you, and you get certified after like 20 to 30 days. So far, the two schools that I've talked to, one said if I study, train for 8 hours a day, they could get me done in 20 days, maybe even less if I want to knock it out and I do well on my testing. The other school that I spoke to said, you know, I could do it in about 20 to 30 days. If I want to do half days, I have to come in and commit at least 4 hours every day. And I could do early morning to midday, or I could do midday to late afternoons, or somewhere in between. I just have to let them know. And so I think I'm gonna have to go that route. And then, yeah, guys, so, oh, also, third way, just thought of this one, I forgot about this. You can always look at trade, like a trade community college, like a technical college. Some of them do provide CDL training, whether it's CDL B or an A. And obviously you would treat it like a school situation. You can get like a school loan grant, or just pay it back, whatever, right? Get a loan. But there are schools out there you don't have to, that might be a little more affordable, more doable for yourself. Anyways, guys, with that being said, I appreciate you guys all for watching, and I will see you on the next one. For all of you out there, thank you once again. For my subscribers, you are very much appreciated, and we will see you on the next one. Have a good one.